Now let's practice with input colors for RGB, and I will give you more tips about functions and controls. I'm going to Developer tab and Visual Basic and create a form. Simply right click, insert user form, and I will add 3 input boxes or text box. One for red, controlled red, green, and blue, and 3 labels so obvious for user what can enter. Okay, controlled red again, and one more. Okay, let's call this one red, green, and blue. And I will make another label to set the background color for the output result of RGB. We don't need any content here, and one button to set. Okay, let's set the caption as set. Okay, so I could assign these 3 text boxes for R, G, and B. Of course, it is better to use variables for that, but just to make it short for now, I directly make it as the color. I say label 4 dot back color equal RGB, and note that allow me to click here. This is label 4 and this is text box 1, 2, and 3. So RGB, which values text box 1 dot, here we have text, first one for red, text box 2 dot text, and finally text box 3 dot text. And let's try is it working or not. Of course it is one single line and might be very optimized and clean, but it is not a good method to create that. I always recommend you to assign first to the variables, then assign it here. Anyway, I run the program by pressing F5 from keyboard. Let's say 255 for red, 0 and 0. It is red, green, and blue. It is working fine, and 0 everything. It is black, of course. Let's say 150, 150, and 150 to make it gray. And of course we could combine them any conditions we want between 0 to 255. For example, red 255, green 0, and blue 255 to set magenta, or here to set yellow color. But how if I don't enter any values? Note that I'm programming empty and null are different. Also, nothing, because the text box have text or string value, it is not the numeral by default. It is not 0. So if you left anything empty, doesn't mean 0. And if I click on set, you will get error, type mismatch. Yet I didn't talk about error handling or controlling. But if I click on debug, you will see the text box 3 equal the empty string text. Here is 255, 255, and here it is not 0. To solve that, we could actually use multiple methods. One method is using the val function, which I will mention on the next video.